Hi, John. How you doing today?
Good, John. Thanks. Doing real well.
What part of the world are you in?
I'm in South Everett, Mill Creek, Washington, just about a half hour north of Seattle.
Oh, good. It's springtime. I'm sure that's interesting weather up there.
Yeah, we actually have a little bit of sunshine today, getting a lot of rain as people would expect.
There you go. We have major hay fever season here. You can tell by my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So, such is life, huh? Hey, so let's talk about full access.
Sure.
Now, you went to full access last year in 2025. In fact, not only were you a sponsor there, you were our very first sponsor, and we're very thankful for that because you helped lift us off the ground when we had just begun what we do. So thank you for that.
Yeah, my pleasure. I was glad to help get things going.
Tell me the one, two, or three things that you got out of Full Access 25, the things that you got the most out of.
So I should mention I had to be at a work thing across the bay in Concord for every other day. So I was driving back and
Right.
forth between Los Altos and Concord every day.
Huh.
So I was able to be there for a couple of solid days, but I wasn't able to be there for much of the nighttime activities. And
Oh, dang.
so, in any case, like a lot of FileMaker events, meeting people and networking with people is probably the biggest thing for me. Full access is nice because it's a smaller group of people, easier to meet people, easier to engage with people. At Engage or FileMaker DevCons, there's so many people there that it's hard to intrude on the other everybody's clicks that are already developed. And
Right.
full access is a little bit easier to meet people at. I thought I really liked the setting, the pathways that you can walk around, and it's a pretty view of the Los Altos area. That was a nice bonus. And then I think the technical content was good. I appreciate again the smaller sessions where you're easier to talk to the presenter and just go up afterwards and chat for a while. So those are some of the things I liked about it.
So it was a little different than most your average conference, right?
Yeah, I certainly compared a little bit more to Pause on Air than to Engage. It's just fantastic that it's on the West Coast and I don't have to try to drive out to Georgia again.
That long drive. It was a beautiful place, but yeah,
Oh,
I'm on the West
yeah,
Coast too. It's nice. That's why one reason we pulled it locally, also so we'd be close to Claris to kind of show them the strength of our presence.
yeah. No, I totally enjoyed Pause, but it's a nice it was a nice change of pace to be
Yeah,
closer to home.
we're going to change it up even a little bit more this year and add some new things and some novelty to it. I was just watching America's Got Talent this morning over breakfast, and I heard Simon Cowell comment on a particular young man's guitar playing and songwriting. He goes, "You're not following the herd, and that's what really makes it interesting." And I thought that's exactly what we're doing. We're not trying to follow the herd of all the other conventions that are happening, all over the world. There's like 7 different ones. We're the only one in the USA, but we're trying to make it special and different and feel out what happens so that each time we do it, we add a little more dimensionality and change it up a little bit and make it richer and also try to maintain that sense of closeness and friendship as it grows and it gets bigger, right? We do
Yeah,
expect this year to be significantly larger than last year, and our biggest challenge is to maintain that spirit so that there's a lot of networking and relationship building, right?
yeah,
So I hear you're coming this year and you're going to be a sponsor again, right?
yeah. We're sponsoring again. Also going to be there. I don't expect to have any work over in Concord this year, so
Good.
I expect I'll be able to stay at the conference just the whole time, and
That's
then we'll
good.
have a couple other people from Portage Bay joining as well. Um,
I'm glad you're
so
bringing people, right? Go on.
forward to that. Yep.
And Mike Ross, who's one of the managing members of this thing, he's going to be there too,
Yeah.
and he works for you.
Yeah.
That's
He
great.
gives me regular updates on on all things full access.
I'm sure he's pestering you about all the millions of details that we have to go. There's a lot to do to pull one things other,
Uh,
thousands of little things, but it's so much fun.
that's awesome. Yeah.
That's great. So it's going to be this year, 2026, August 6th through 10, this late summer, right? So are you going to be speaking this year?
I I don't know yet. Might depend a little bit on how crowded the speaking schedule is.
Okay.
Um, I might. I've been doing a lot of work on the FileMaker log analysis tool I started working on a year ago and presented on at Full Access last year, and I might show my progress on that. I redid the user interface, switched. I have been using ChatGPT and VS Code for that, and I've switched to working with Claude on
Right.
that. And so the UI is completely different. And it's publicly available now, which it wasn't last year. So I might do another session on that. I've got a couple of different log analysis tools in that weren't there last year. So we'll see.
A lot of us are switching to Claude, so that's going to make a major change in the industry. I suppose, by the time full access happens, things will have evolved even further. So you'll have a lot more clarity probably right before the conference, right?
I the way the AI world is moving, it's so fast. I think at any given time, clarity is hard to come by. You just have to try and be nimble and
Every day.
yeah, it's challenging. I mean, certainly that's one of the things I'll look forward to about full access is seeing how everybody else is dealing
Right.
with all things AI.
I expect a lot of all things AI type to be pretty much the topic of the day, right? We're going to be doing JSON, a bunch of other things. We have a lot of other people who are putting on presentations or talking about them and have yet to actually formally sign up and post their sessions. But it's early. That happens over time. This thing's an unconference, so it's all driven by what people are studying, what they want to share based on what they're learning. So we're trying to keep it, cutting edge, state of the art.
Yeah.
Tell me what one thing, or maybe two things, that you most want to get out of full access this year. If it was a meaningful conference for you to take something home with, because you're giving a lot, and we're really thankful for that. But if you were to take something home, put it in your pocket, or more than one thing, what would that be?
Well, I'm not the most outgoing person on earth, so a couple of relationships, a couple of interactions where I get to know a couple of people on a first name basis, where we only knew each other by seeing each other's names in email or something.
Right.
That's something that would make it a success for me. What I just mentioned, talking to different people about how they're using AI and how they expect it to affect our industry, where they expect us to be as FileMaker developers in a couple of years. Those are difficult questions to know the answers to, and having a chance to talk to people close up and personal and hear about that, I think is a valuable opportunity. It's one thing to try and watch all the the YouTube videos and learn about different AI tools and techniques by learning about stuff online, but learning about how other FileMaker developers are approaching it and what their plans are, I think will be the other big thing I'm looking forward to.
That makes a lot of sense. And there's going to be a lot of key players this year, more people, and those key players and more sponsors, and they're going to bring people with them. So plenty of opportunity to build relationships. You and I became friends after attending multiple conferences and having meals together. And I think a lot of it was down there in Georgia over the last few years, right? So, how would I ever gotten to know you up in Seattle when I'm living in Sacramento? So yeah, I see the value of the relationship building, and through the relationships, you learn new channels of working and where you might go. That's understandable.
Absolutely.
Cool.
My sister was born in Sacramento, so
Someday you got to come down and visit me down here. That'd be great. And once in a while, I go up to Lacey to visit Mike, and maybe we get together. You're a pretty busy guy, so getting together with you, I have to plan it. But I look forward to that. Cool.
I'm a big fan of planning.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have to be. Trust me, that's all I do anymore is I plan events. Pretty much, this is a full-time job putting this on, but I've never had so much fun in my life as putting on Full Access. And Claris will be there this year, right? That'll be cool.
Yeah, very cool. I know Clay was there last year and a couple other people, I think. But yeah, having a bigger Claris presence will be fantastic.
And Claire's promised to bring at least 4 people. That's the term they used. And I know Rick Coleman's going to be there for sure. We're hoping to get Clay, and I have my preferences on a few other people, but we won't know until very much near the end. A lot of this comes together right before the end. As much as we try to get people sign up now to attract more, it just keeps flowing as it's going to organically, and that's fun. I really look forward to seeing you again and hopefully having more of your time during the conference so that you're not having to run off to other meetings, but who knows, right? Because that's a busy business area. It's soon. Great.
Yeah, it's like I got to make plane reservations. I haven't even done that yet.
Yeah, there you go. A lot of people on the West Coast are coming down from Oregon and Washington State. That's going to be fun, as well as the rest of the country. So good. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for spending some time with me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, John, we'll see you soon. Bye.
See you soon.